happened. YouTube has a new program out that I just started using today. So, boy, I hope if okay, guys, if can anyone comment and say whether they've been hearing this whole thing that I've been doing or whether that was all just a waste? Because YouTube has a new, they always do these new versions and I have to relearn them. So anyway, I think that it wasn't going. So I think I got to start over, which is okay. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. And if this is repeating, I'm sorry, but I don't want to miss this. Okay, today's conversation is about how to be a happy, healthy, thin mentality person on Thanksgiving. And if you are not in the U.S., you may have heard of Thanksgiving. It is a day where people sit around the table and eat turkey with their family. That's the bottom line, and celebrate our country and all that. But it is a big problem for dieters because as a dieter, you go, oh God, here comes Thanksgiving. I'm just going to gain so much weight. How can I sit there and not eat that food, etc., etc., etc. But with a healthy, thin mentality, guys, that goes away. And instead of dreading Thanksgiving or the holidays or worrying about them and wanting to be at a certain weight and then trying to diet and all that stuff, it just goes away because your life instead is a healthy, thin mentality life where you are in charge of your food and your eating by listening to your hunger and listening to your satiety. So even Thanksgiving, even that celebrated day of eating, is no problem when you have your healthy, thin mentality. And if you're new and you haven't had a healthy, thin mentality for long, I know you're worried. And let me just give you a few minutes of wisdom here about how to have a healthy, thin mentality and get through Thanksgiving strong, okay? So this is how you do it. You're sitting there at the table and maybe you've prepared food, maybe you're going somewhere else, whatever. You see all the food and you have this feeling that, wow, this is a special day. Today, I'm surely just going to, eat more than I usually do, and it's fine. I'm just going to take a day off of my healthy, thin mentality. But this is what I want you to hear. Don't do it, because every time you eat with a healthy, thin mentality, you're strengthening it. You're choosing to eat the food that you crave. You're choosing to stop when the satiety comes and when hunger is quiet, and then you are realizing that if I'm hungry again, in an hour, I can eat more. And doing that over and over and over again strengthens you. It really does. It makes that strong and it gives that connection where your body realizes that the messages it's sending are being respected, and that makes your voice stronger. And when your voice is stronger, it's amazing. Your voice, it tells you what to eat, how much, and when. So I was just saying, and I hope I'm not repeating this now, imagine when you feel hunger coming on, being able to look in your refrigerator, using all your senses, sight, smell, even touch, everything about you, keying into what is it that my body wants right now. Imagine that's possible, and imagine how wonderful it is. And this word is like pretty strong, but it's like a little miracle, seriously, that the body you live in communicates to you exactly what you need at that moment. Let me tell you a quick story. The other day, I had a really weird eating vibe experience. And this is how smart your body is, how smart mine is. And that's because I have a healthy, thin mentality. You can get here too. If I can do this, you can, because I had an enormous diet mentality. And that's why I know you guys so well, because I had a really big one and I remember it really well. So I had, what had I done that morning? I don't know. I hadn't been too active, but I went through Starbucks drive-thru and I got a cup of coffee and these little egg bites, and it didn't feel great at all. I was having a hard time figuring out what it is that was going to make me feel good. And you guys, when you have a healthy, thin mentality, you value making yourself feel good with food. Oh, that's emotional eating. No, it's not. It's taking care of yourself. Part of your life, part of your responsibility to you is to make yourself feel good with food. What food is going to make you feel good? So I went through there, and I was out. Obviously, I wasn't at home. And if I had been at home, I don't know how this would have gone. But so I drove through there, and I just was just didn't want it. I didn't want the coffee. I don't know, strange. I have no idea why. And then the very next, so I left Starbucks just feeling icky. And then the next little place I could turn in was McDonald's. And my car just turned. I didn't even think about it. I'm I'm just going in here. And I ordered a medium Coke. Weird. and this little chicken sandwich I've never had before because I generally don't like that stuff there. And so I pulled around, I got it, I got the Coke, and I started sipping on it. And it was so delicious. It was so good. It was just, for whatever reason, that's what I wanted. That's what I craved. I had a hard time identifying it for some reason at that moment, but I'm saying this to tell you that sometimes within your body, there is information and messages that you cannot access through a conscious level, like saying, what is it I want? Even me doing this for a long time. So you kind of have some trial and error. But the key is, like the stuff I had at Starbucks that was not hitting the spot, I didn't eat it because I'm not going to eat something that isn't matching up with what I'm getting the message I need. On the other hand, that Coke, and I know Coke isn't a great, nutritional thing. There's something in that I needed at that moment. Maybe it was just sugar. I don't know. And if someone tells you, oh, that's so bad, or let's say you were trying to tell someone about creating a healthy thin mentality, and you mentioned this story, and Meg says sometimes she drinks a Coke, and they go, oh, that's just terrible. Clearly she's wrong. Well, no, I'm not wrong, because that's not a product that is nutritionally dense, but whatever. Sometimes your body needs some easy to access sugar. Sometimes that's what you need. And most of the time, I think I'm probably pretty good at identifying that. I can probably feel it. For some reason, I couldn't that day. But even, like I swear, even the act of my car just turning into that McDonald's wasn't really even a conscious thing. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go there. And I hope this doesn't sound too weird, but I'm telling you, stuff like that happens. So if you want to be in that place in your life where that kind of thing happens, where your body is so smart and so you're so connected to it that stuff like that happens, then when you're sitting there at Thanksgiving meal, don't disrespect that beautiful body of yours. And just because your aunt or your whatever, grandmother, grandfather is piling a huge amount of food on their plate and eating it and looking at you going, God, what's the matter with you? Don't worry about it, because there's nothing the matter with you. You're focusing on a year-long goal, not a one day I'm just gonna gorge myself because that's what we do on this day. No, you don't have to do that. It's not fun, guys. It makes you feel bad. It makes you sit on the couch and open up your button on your jeans. Is that what you want? Is that really what you want? I mean, Thanksgiving was invented in a time where food was often scarce. It's not relevant to how we are right now. It is fun to have different food and different desserts and have a bigger choice. That's all good. But don't overeat because it's Thanksgiving. There is no joy there. And if you're sitting there going, well, I really like this dish and that dish and all, fine. Get them all and put them in your refrigerator, and over the next week, eat them. You can eat all of it, just not all at once. And if you think about the importance of you getting through a day like Thanksgiving with a healthy thin mentality brewing in your head, it's powerful. And over the rest of your year, you're going to reap many rewards from reflecting back at that moment when you sat at that table and everyone else was overeating, or maybe not, maybe someone else was sitting there trying to diet. That's bad too. But you were the one going, that turkey looks really good. And usually I like white meat, but God, I know for some reason that dark meat just looks so delicious. And usually I think I always eat cranberries, but I don't really feel like those. But the peas look really good, or whatever it is, doesn't matter. The power that you will feel in that, and power is not too strong a word, because your relationship with food is really, really important. And it is a powerful positive or a powerful negative in your life. And believe me, I've had both. How do you break the good food, bad food mentality? It is so difficult to get rid of that mindset. Oh boy, do I remember that mindset. I had it so strong. So, Cynthia, good. I'm glad. You break it by having a common sense discussion in your head that no food is fattening when you're hungry. Nothing. A big piece of cake, if you're hungry and you're eating it and you have hunger the whole time, it's not fattening. But if you eat a big bowl of carrots when you're not hungry, that's fattening. So instead of taking away, looking at the food as a thing here, you have to look at it as a relevant connection to you. It's not this thing out here, it's how it relates to you, right? And so I remember being a dieter, and I'm sure that you have done this too. Like, it would be so stupid, because if I ate one cookie, well, now I've blown it. I've eaten something really unhealthy, and I might as well just eat the whole pack. Makes no sense. So besides looking at that food as not just a dangling thing out here, but how it relates to you, the other huge thing is staying in the moment. Because when you look at a food and you think it's bad and you eat it, that sends you into a whirlwind of, oh, like I just said, now I'm going to eat the whole thing. But if you have the healthy mentality and you say, no, this is one cookie or whatever it is, or two or whatever, the amounts, I don't like to be too specific because I don't want to make you think, oh, well, I would never eat two. Well, just hold on. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. But you have that and you go, well, that satisfied me right now. I feel so good. They were so delicious. It doesn't mean that I'm going to eat 10 more because I blew it in this moment. I'm in this moment, hungry for this. I eat this and I move on. That's the beauty of a healthy thin mentality. You don't connect the dots of like, well, I ate this yesterday, so I'm going to eat this today. I had salad last night, so I'm going to have, a hamburger today. No, let's just see. Let your body tell you. You don't tell your body. Let your body tell you. Thank you for your reminder about not overeating. Sometimes anti-diet culture makes you think it's okay. No, it's not okay to overeat. Overeating disrespects your body and weakens the connection. But let's go back to the good food, bad food thing, because that's really important. But remember, things that I used to think about when I was building my healthy thin mentality is I used to think about people who'd like been in prisoner of war camps or something. And if they were given like some bread with butter, that would save their life, right? So how is that an evil thing? I know that's dramatic, but I mean, I was really reaching, trying to think, how can I look at this food as not bad? Because I'd been so indoctrinated with that from everyone in my family. All the women were dieters, and everyone in life and TV and everything. It was, I don't know if it was worse than it is now, but it was certainly really bad. So that was like the genesis of me going, well, if it's not evil then, how is it evil to me now? Because I love like bread with butter. I don't know. It was something I always like really liked, and I was always never eating it or if I ate it, I would eat so much because I'd blown it for the day. These kind of things are so damaging to your food, your relationship with food. So you don't think like that. Don't think good food, bad food. Think relevant, not relevant. Okay. So if you can just drop those words from your vocabulary, the good food, bad food, and when you find yourself going down that route, gently bring yourself back and go, no. That could save my life if I were starving. So it's not bad. It's just not what my body is asking for right now. Or it is what my body is asking for right now. So I'm going to enjoy every bite I take. And when the enjoyment starts to lessen, that's when your powerful self comes in and you go, okay, it's not enjoyable anymore. So I'm going to stop eating this because I know I trust myself. And you will. I know you don't now, but you will. And I trust my body to give me proper messages. So I'm going to delay eating more until that beautiful hunger. It's beautiful, guys. Think how lucky we are that a pleasure gets to happen to us like 3, 4, 5 times a day, however often you eat. And I'm not suggesting that many times, but however often you eat, you get that like every day. If nothing else is going great in your life, you get to have the beautiful pleasure of eating with hunger several times a day. That's really nice. That's really nice. And think about how unique this is in history for us, that most of us, and I hope everyone has access to food, and it doesn't have to be like expensive food. Like if you're hungry, a lot of food tastes really good. So you use that hunger as your friend, as your guide, as everything. That's what you want. One of the most powerful self-reflection questions in HTM is, can I be done? So much more gentle than am I full? Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you say that. Yeah, it's just a gentle question that you ask yourself to calm yourself down. And always in that question, always is in your head going, and if I'm hungry again soon, I will eat. So you don't ever have that feeling of like, again, dieting is such an all or nothing. And the feeling of like, okay, if I don't eat it now, then I can't eat it later. Well, yes, you can. You can eat it in half an hour if that's when you want it. So just like good food, bad food, you're on a diet, you're off a diet. You're eating it now or you're not going to be able to eat it at all. All those things go away. And instead you're in this much more, and I love the word gentle, much more gentle place where you're taking care of yourself and you're nourishing yourself with food. You're making yourself happy with food. Yes, happy. Food and happiness go together. Food and overeating do not go with happiness, but having delicious things around, like One of my favorite things is, after I've gone to the grocery store and a few days later, going to my refrigerator and like, if something's gone bad, or just kind of organizing and seeing all the delightful things that are in there and knowing what I need to buy. That's such a great thing. And we all get to do that. We all get to have that great feeling of taking care of ourselves with food. And it's just been so screwed up with the mentality that is built by the diet industry and the food industry, the lobbyists who created the food pyramid, all telling us this is good, this is bad. The judging we do of other people. If we see someone, or if you're heavy and you're eating a French fry and you feel like, oh, I'm just a criminal, that's so sad and it's so wrong and it's so destructive. French fries are one of my favorite foods, and I know it's harder if you have weight on you that you don't like to like eat publicly like that, but do it. Just do it. Eat. You deserve, no matter what you weigh, you deserve to eat every day, several times, and you deserve to eat what your body's craving, and release that guilt and that shame of eating something that is known as bad. If you're eating with hunger, nothing's bad. Everything's great. No food is ever bad. I didn't mean to say that. It's whether it's relevant. So if you feel someone judging you or whatever, just remember how small that is for you. What really matters is here, and we don't know what journey they're on. There's people who are thin who are so screwed up around food. I promise you, believe me, I've worked with a lot of them, and having a body that is thin can be something that people are very proud of, which is great, but you don't know what's going on in their head. You don't know what disorder they may have, and all those things. I'm just saying, a really good saying that I used to use with my kids is worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about them. And if they're worrying about you, that's their problem too. It's not about you. It's their judgment of you, or they're looking at you, is all them. It's not you. All you can do is worry about you, right? And worry and care for you. And of course, your mom or dad, you're going to take care of them too, and other people in your life. But I'm just saying, with food, it's a very personal thing. You own it. You take care of it. And when you're sitting there at that Thanksgiving table, and maybe you feel pressured to eat because someone's brought your favorite thing and they're wondering, why aren't you eating more? Go, oh my God, I love this so much. I'm going to take some home with me. I appreciate you bringing it. Be kind, but do not be unkind to yourself and shove down food that you don't want. And yeah, if you if I do this, if someone brought food and I just don't want it, yeah, you can get rid of it. You can put it somewhere else. You can do these things to protect yourself, because I know I'm very against eating something that I don't want. I'm unhappy when I do that. I feel betraying myself. No, not going to do it. So if someone I really care about or whatever, I'm trying to be polite, push it around, hide it, do whatever you need to do. But don't disrespect yourself by eating it. There's so much messaging out on intermittent fasting and keto is challenging, but I just keep coming back. Good. Yeah. Oh, God, intermittent fasting is different. I hate it less because I think with a healthy thin mentality, you come to it on your own. And I don't mean like weird long fasts. I mean, you go for long periods of time without eating. So right now it's 12:29 Eastern Standard Time where I am. And we ate dinner. I have not eaten since yesterday. I had some milk in my coffee, but since like 7:30. So that's a lot of time, right? So that comes naturally to me. It may not to you. But so when people talk about the benefits of intermittent fasting, I don't know, but all I know is my body leads me to that naturally. Please don't hear me say that I think you should do that. I'm just saying that it can be something that your body wants to do on its own. Pushing your body though, like if you told me that I couldn't eat and I had this eating window, it would feel completely different and I wouldn't be happy at all, because then that's a rule imposed upon me. So that's why, I kind of even though I don't want people to put people on an intermittent fasting program, I also do think that for some reason my body goes there. And maybe yours will, maybe yours won't. Some people I know get up in the morning and they're hungry and they eat breakfast. Good. Then do that. Okay, that's important. But like I'm saying here, for intermittent fasting, that's one thing. Now keto, no. The most rapid rebound weight gain you will see is from people doing keto. And I did it, believe me. I don't know if I ever say that. Yeah, one of the first diets I ever went on was a high protein, not really high fat, but just what happens is you can get these little strips that let you know if your urine is showing that you're in keto, and you get obsessed, and it perpetuates that good food, bad food, because if you're on keto and you eat a carbohydrate, ketosis stops, and so you're failed. So when that happened to me, which of course it did, because I would break like a normal person and have something, a potato, for goodness sakes, oh, how evil. And then you're like, okay, well, I might as well eat 10 potatoes because I ruined keto for the day or the week or whatever. That's what that does to you. And I refuse to believe that humanity that has eaten bread and beautiful things for hundreds, thousands of years is bad for you. That's not a food that belongs with us. And my senses light up when I smell fresh baking bread, as well as many other foods. So it just doesn't pass the sniff test to me that that's what I should do. It just doesn't. And you be demanding, you be demanding too, that you want a life where bread is okay. Because and I've known many, many people who've done keto, and I don't think I know anyone who's stayed on it for any length of time. And if you go on, search for people who promote this keto diet and all that stuff, remember that many times they're paid to do that. As a matter of fact, someone posted a fabulous video about the myths of dieting, and it was so good. And one of the things in there, it said, like, why are we listening to celebrities who get paid up to like $33,000 a pound to lose weight? And I knew they got paid. I didn't know how much. But can you imagine we're going to follow celebrities who get that kind of money for losing a pound? Okay, you know what? For $33,000 a pound, I might do keto for a few days. I'm kidding, but that's not who we should be following. It's such a disrupted, corrupt message. And it's like, I actually think that people who do that are they're just really doing a bad thing. They're being disingenuous. They're lying to us to make us do a certain diet. Like, think Marie Osmond, right? Or, she's the one who bugs me the most, because she's supposed to be so good, and really you're going to go and say that you lose weight on Nutrisystem, and anyway, that's the kind of thing that really makes me nuts. There's so much, okay, Sabri, can I be done? I'm going to start thinking now. Yeah. Full, right. Full is some people with the words of a healthy thin mentality and trying to learn when hunger is quiet. The language is really important, because for some people, full means just hunger is quiet. But for some people, it means overfull. So, yeah, really have a good word in your head that you use to help yourself recognize when hunger is quiet. For me, I just think, am I just in neutral? Like, I don't want to be full. I don't want to be noticing hunger or noticing fullness. I just want to be living my life with no issues going on, no asking for food or saying, oh God, don't eat more. No, I just want to be doing other things with not distracted by hunger or satiety or being overfull. That's where you want to be. That's how I say it for me. It's really important to have a way to talk to yourself that is easy for you to access in a moment where you need to access that thought. And you can be out with friends or doing all kinds of things and get distracted while you're eating. And so that you do not have to do this as you build your healthy thin mentality. I never have to think this way, but in the beginning, and this is someone mentioned this the other day, which was great. It is helpful to just keep checking in, and that phrase, mindful eating. I like that phrase because you're not just letting yourself go and, oh wow, I didn't check in, and wow, I really feel overfull. That won't happen as you have your healthy thin mentality strong. But in the beginning, yeah, check in. How do I feel? How do I feel? Do I feel nourished? Do I feel good? Do I feel good? Right? Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to feel good when we eat. So you guys, all you guys are going to be at Thanksgiving this week. I want you to think about this. Think about us talking here and saying, okay, I'm here. This food is beautiful. Like, I can have all of it. I can have some of everything or all of that because that's what I like the best. I just can't have it all at once. And is that such a terrible price to pay for the bounty that you have available to you? No, it's really lovely. It's really positive and nice. So enjoy the company. Again, take care of yourself. If someone's sending a bad vibe to you about food, just remember you reflect it right back at them. It's nothing to do with you. That is their thing. That's them. That's not you. Whether it's your relative, close relative, it doesn't matter. Assume they all mean the best for you, but don't take it in your heart. Just go, this is me. I have come to the realization that I can be a healthy, thin mentality person, and that my life will improve dramatically when I normalize my relationship with food and eating, and I follow my hunger, and I will lose weight calmly and get to my happy weight and stay there for the rest of my life. And that is the goal. And that is 100% doable. It's attainable. Whenever I send a book out to anyone, I always write, yeah, you can do this. You can do this. If I can do this with an enormous diet mentality, having worked in the diet industry and, in the fitness industries with all the pressures of that, if I can do it, so can you. And I'm just, trying to model the behavior that my grandmother modeled for me. So that's what I'm trying to do for you. And you will discover your own behavior, your own unique healthy thin mentality. It won't be the same as mine, but it'll be yours and it'll be best for you. So, all right, thank you so much for being there. Thank you. And I will be back soon. Have a great week. I'll do another What I Ate video. I hope you liked the one from last week. I'm trying to get days where there's, issues that come up. So, to help show you how you handle those kinds of things. But it's great to be with you, and I will be back soon. Happy Thanksgiving for you U.S. people, and for everyone else, happy week, and I will be back soon.